Hi, my name's Tyler Harp. I am a pediatrician. I've been doing that for about 7 years now. And I work with kids because I've always felt a calling to help those who can't speak for themselves always. I've always been drawn to kids. I'm childlike myself, and so we tend to get along. Yeah, so if you were to come to see me with your kid, I view not just the kid as the patient, but the family unit as who I'm seeing and who I'm treating. So I do my best to actually take time to at least acknowledge everyone and make it a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, we can't become close friends in 5 minutes, but I like to make it feel like everyone in the room is heard. I do tend to bring toys into the room and bring them on the floor and get down and play with kids because that makes them a lot more comfortable, and I gain a lot of insight by observing them in a comfortable state. And this tends to also help put parents' minds at ease too, and that's kind of my ultimate goal, is that everyone can leave having their voice heard and with their child having been set up for the best chance at success. Well, like I said, I have always felt called to do this. And when I say that, I mean, I told my parents in 7th grade that I was gonna be a pediatrician. And my dad kind of laughed and patted me on the head and was like, why don't you focus on graduating high school first? But here we are, and I did it. And so in addition to that, like I said, I just kind of have a laid back, calm, almost childlike personality, and I didn't really fit in more serious environments. And I do tend to feel more of an immediate connection with kids, and I feel like they can sense that they can trust me. And I enjoy forming that bond with kids who choose to be vulnerable with me and give me that privilege. And also seeing the parents recognize that and let them know that it is an honor to take care of their kids. So I am from Elizabethtown, Kentucky is where I stay now. I was originally, grew up in a military family. And so we lived in a couple different places, notably San Antonio, Texas, for a good part of my childhood. But we settled in Elizabethtown, and I went to high school there and went to college at the University of Kentucky, which I am still a basketball fan of, and then went to medical school at the University of Louisville. And after medical school, I did some active duty Army time. It was a scholarship, which is how I went through medical school. And so I spent 3 years of training and residency in Washington State. I did 3 years as an attending in San Antonio, Texas, and then another year for my final year in the military at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Just got out literally a few months ago, and I'm excited to transition back to more of the civilian community where I'm familiar with and getting to give back to a community that I'm gonna be a part of for a long period of time. What I do for fun. I'm very involved in my church. I like to participate in their worship team. So I sing and I play guitar, both in and out of church. I like to play with my kids a lot. Obviously, the three of them take up the majority of my time, at least while they're awake and sometimes after they're supposed to be in bed. When I have some free time other than that, I like to spend it with my wife. We do all of the normal things that you guys do, watch TV together, go swim together, eat some dessert together. And then if I really have free time, which is limited, I like to play some video games with my friends, or I read some leisurely novels.